What's going on, everyone? Thanks for waiting for my video on bracing. A lot of you were interested in a little bit more of a breakdown on how to brace and what that means and what that looks like. There's a couple different ways to brace, and there's also purpose to each type of brace. So going back to my video where I was talking about the underwater technique, that is generally called the Valsalva maneuver, when you're inhaling into your diaphragm and you're locking that air without letting it go during your reps. Typically that is done when you are lifting quite heavy. For example, if you're doing of course, 1 rep max, or, you're pushing your weights and you're pushing your reps to full failure, I would suggest to do more of a Valsalva maneuver kind of technique where you're holding that air as you're going through your reps. I gave an example to someone who commented on that post, and I was saying, I have some girls pushing 10 plates aside on the leg press for multiple reps, and in that case they would have to actually brace their air. Imagine if they just inhaled as they're going down, they would be quite unstable. That to each their own, of course. You could take my advice or not. Secondly, the other type of brace is more of a simpler brace. It's as if someone's going to punch you in your stomach or kick you in your stomach. So think of a rib down position, ribs down into the pelvis and locking your abdominals tight. That's the other type of brace. So if you're doing body weight exercises, or if you're doing exercises that don't really require you to, protect your core and your spine as much, such as, let's say, lunges or something like that, you don't need to necessarily hold your breath as tight. But again, it is really relative to how much weight you're actually using. So let's say, for example, 150-pound man or woman holding 50-pound dumbbells aside. You're going to kind of want to tighten up your core because, there could be instability there and you can injure yourself very easily. So that's my opinion and my advice. I would generally suggest to use that type of brace for when you're in a machine, such as when you're doing leg curls, leg extensions, lat pull down, where you don't necessarily need to brace as hard, only because your body is supported. But again, going back to the leg press, if you're exerting, and hack squat, let's say you're exerting yourself with multiple plates aside and you're pushing yourself to, go for, max intensity or full failure with weights that challenge you quite a bit, I would suggest to do more of a Valsalva type of technique. There's no harm in it.